Morning. Day 15, starting off with some work to keep working towards alignment in difficult places. So we're going to be working with pulling out a piece of our foundation and working through what we have left at that time to bring us back to a more stable place. So we're going to get right to it. Ross will take the mat and we'll get going. Okay, so today we're just going to move through a few things to warm the body up. So go on hands and knees. And we're going to do some cat-cows. On the cat back, push up the lumbar spine, tuck the belly button to the ceiling. You really kick those kidneys back. Everything up. So we're going to have you tuck up here. And then you're going to make sure your elbows and arms are in alignment with your shoulders, and then go ahead and sink this part of your body down to the floor. This part of the body, meaning that lower thoracic, so the lower rib cage and the belly button, sink to the floor, and your sit bones move back and out. And you're going to take a couple breaths in that place, and then you're going to come back up into cat back, and you're really going to pull up. That lower rib cage and the lumbar spine are really what we're pushing up to the ceiling right here. Really nice. Try to do this without any tension in your arms. Just let your arms be that what's on the ground and holding you up and not being a part of the work. And then go ahead back into cow back. Sink here, that thoracic. Let your shoulders come back and out. Let your arms be soft. Take a couple breaths. Back up into cat back. Really focus on that lower. Nice. Really start to get the feel of tucking that lumbar, reaching it towards the ceiling and letting those hips open up. On this particular one with cat back, the tailbone wraps down into your hamstrings, basically. Find your breath. Make sure your shoulders and arms are in a safe place, but just relaxing and not being a part of the work. And then down into cow back. One more side. A little sway back horse, whatever you want to call it. Lean back and square your hips over your knees. Shoulders are over your palms. Find your breath. Put your head back on this one. Really feel that. And then now just move through them smoothly. So right back up into cat back. From here, have you go into downward facing dog. When you're done moving through however many more you need. Get everything juiced up.
I love how you start off with something that you didn't even tell me we were going to do. You have a habit of doing that. Like, what are we going to do today?
Start with your foundation.
Well, we're going to start with cat-cow. We're going to talk about that. Okay.
Nothing like having your teacher rip your foundation out all the time to help you out. We're gonna move. We're gonna move out into plank. We're gonna reach our heels back, our sit bones back, our belly button back. We're gonna twist those arms, and we're gonna try to find a place where we're not working so hard to be here. So to do this, we reach our crown forward as our heels reach back. So we're going to get this extension feel. You feel how that takes a little bit of pressure out of stuff? Belly button to spine. Rotated, arms back and down the back, shoulders back and down the back. But this is where we get a big challenge. Here, our shoulders are in a better place. Can we do that and still tuck the belly button up into the spine? You feel how that support hop comes into your lumbar? So we're aiming for that. We want to keep that every time we go through a movement today. We want to feel that stabilization. So before we move into any the next movement each time, tuck that belly button and bring that abdominal rectus muscle up. In to the lumbar spine. Go ahead and lay down and rest for just a second. Let your arms rest down to your side or up under your head. Just kind of let everything sink for a second. Find your breath. And when you're ready, we'll move back into plank.
Never ready to move back into plank.
Hands will clap under your shoulders. Okay, this time when you move up into plank, see if you can lift your hips and belly button up first to send you upward, to move that energy upward. And stabilize your arms. Yeah, really nice. See how that changes, how that lumbar does? So again, belly button to spine, shoulders on the back, head reaches forward, heels reach back. Get that sensation of expansion across the mat. And then retuck the belly button back into your spine. See how that supports the lumbar?
Yeah.
We want to stay in that supported lumbar through the movements today. So I'm going to have you just for a second find your stability with both of your feet and one arm. So in Ross's case, I'm going to have him keep his left arm planted on the floor. Okay. So I just
start over.
Yeah, no, we're not going to start over. We're just going to re-engage that length, belly button to spine, shoulders rotate. And I'm going to have you just find your foundation with your left hand and your 2 feet and gently lift your right arm off the mat to find, see that all the shifts in the body? So replant that hand. See if we can find that foundation with those 3 legs, that one arm and 2 feet without shifting anything. Can you lift? It's awesome, right? Woo!
No, I cannot do that without shifting. Wait.
So if we're out into plank and we engage our foundation, and what we want to do is I have to think about it. I have to be like, okay, all my weight's going to move onto here, and I'd like to be able to lift this up and do some stuff with it and be able to replant it and not have a whole shift in the body. The biggest thing that usually happens is we sink into the lumbar spine and our hips fall towards the floor. So what we're trying to do here is just gain a connection of having one arm and 2 legs holding up the rest of our body. So push through that left hand, really root. Belly button to your spine, heels reaching back. Find that extension. And now stabilize yourself on all of those 3 parts before you even lift the hand up. So now all your weight's on those 3 parts. And this has a lot to do with how our mind feels about this. So instead of trying to pull it straight up and try to just be on it, kind of love yourself out of this position and just be like, okay, first, my fingertips are here. I still have weight on them. I'm going to slowly take the weight out of the square my hips. And then plant that hand back down. And our goal here is to not let a whole lot shift during all of this. We may not even get into that twist.
No, we're not.
Press through that right hand. Find your stability. Reach, push through those feet.
Trying to lift the right hand.
No, but now we're going to switch so you don't get too sore. We're going to reach back through the heels. Find that belly button deep up into the spine. Now, stabilize yourself on this hand. Really root through it. Push through it. Bring the shoulder back. Yeah, now belly button to your spine. See how you lost that? Now, just balance all your weight on that one hand and 2 feet. And slowly just touch your fingertips. Yeah, that was good. This is not something our mind is used to. Rest for a moment. Go into child's pose. Lay down on your belly. So this is where we begin to realize how much we depend on how many things we pile up underneath us to support us where our mind is. This time when we move into plank, we're going to try to engage in the idea that just those 3 parts are our only foundation, and we're going to root all of those places, and then we're going to slowly disengage that hand out of that, and it should have already been disengaged, right? So theoretically, we can slowly pull that up and press through our standing arm, press through our heels and our feet to root really well. Tuck that belly button into the spine and then slowly pull that hand up. And see if you can, as you slowly pull it up, you can start to readjust and you can start to get all of that weight and understand that that's enough. Go ahead and tuck this in. Reach, really twist those lids and really press. Yeah, find that. Really nice. And just, yeah, and you can move. Yeah. See? All right. This is awesome. Okay. I love it. You can switch hands back and forth. One way that might help you a little bit adjust that weight is sit bones back, belly button to your spine. Lift that hip up a little bit. Yeah. Really press and feel the lightness in your hands. Root through that hand really well. Root through both feet. Yeah. Yeah. Better every time, right? And when you need a break from this, take a break. So our goal here, again, will be to don't let the fear of falling press through those feet. Wasn't pressing through both of my feet. Make sure that your weight, that before you move into that, you already know what your foundation is going to be. You fortify it, and then you can move the other parts of the machine out of the way. Really nice.
Sabella, I lifted my other foot.
Yeah.
Lifted my left foot.
Well, that's exactly what I just did, which is really funny, because that can actually help you gain that experience. Go ahead and lift one of your back legs, and then find that balance between the two boards, and reach one back and one forward, and you're going to find that's going to add some balance. Bring that foot back down, the hand back down, switch arms. So you can move to two-legged foundation now.
That might be easier for me to get started with.
I don't know.
Yeah, because of the balance thing. And
actually, we practiced this before, and he did great. But it's because he was listening. He wasn't listening to where his mind was taking him. And the harder and the more you try this, the more our mind starts to tell us, you can't do this without, we need that arm. We need that leg of our foundation. And so the more our mind plays with it, which is why it's really important to fall back into child's pose. Gather yourself together. And let your body sink. And be soft. Focus on your breath for a moment. And then when you're ready, re-engage into plank. You can move through a vinyasa here if you want to. Child's pose, you can rock back into downward facing dog, out to plank, chaturanga.
Okay, so should I try three-legged or two-legged?
We're going to go right back to three-legged.
Okay.
Good times. But I'm going to play a little mind game with you to help you get there a little bit better this time.
No more mind games. Come on.
So we go into plank. Now I want you to find that foundation with your feet. And what I really want you to do is put all of your weight on your left foot and your right arm. Think of that diagonal in the body and the energy. Get that elbow stable. Press and root through that hand really well, Ross. Yeah, belly button to your spine. And imagine now, so all your body weight's on here and on this hand, and slowly lift that back right leg towards the back wall. Really nice. Reach, belly button to your spine, sit bones. And you can even now move back into downward facing dog. Three-legged dog. No, lift it up. Switch back. Twist those arms open. Square your hips. And bring that foot back down and move into plank. Switch legs. So again, belly button to your spine. Really lift and send those sit bones back. Find that energy. Find that balance through that right foot now and the left arm. Just these two, even though that's still touching the ground, even though your opposing arm is still touching the ground, really root through that diagonal and slowly lift and square. Now, balance out the energy of your two arms. Now you get to use both. That just became easier, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, awesome. Go ahead and move back into three-legged dog.
Sorry.
No, you're good. And then plant that foot and come back into plank. Go down, just move down through chat, just move your body down to the floor. Pull yourself into cobra. Nice thoracic bend in that, not lower back, belly button to your spine, flat tops of the foot down on the mat. And then back into downward facing dog. Find your way back there. And let's see if we can use downward facing dog to find your breath and be calm and soft for a moment. Twist those arms, get those elbows. Nice. Let your head fall. Now move through plank. Into plank, not through plank. Really nice. Okay, this time, stabilize both of your feet, both of your hands. Feel that foundation. Belly button to spine. Heels reaching back, head reaching forward. Belly button to spine. Kick those kidneys back. Oh, so good. Now, find your balance on both of your feet and your left arm. Use all three. If you need to use that diagonal thing for your mind, all the weight's going to be here and in your opposing and your left arm. So right leg, left arm. And slowly get to your fingertips on your right hand. Belly button to your spine. Belly button to your spine. And just pretend like you didn't have that arm to begin with. Just like you did with your leg. Really nice, really nice, really nice. Whew.
Better.
Yeah, that's what I mean by really nice. This work is really good work. Find your breath. Move through a vinyasa, which is the downward facing dog, out to plank, down to chaturanga, cobra, back to downward facing dog if you want to, just to get that movement in the body. And when you're ready, we're going to go back into plank. Sticky wood floor. Make sure those elbows are in the right position, shoulders wrap around the back. Really nice. Okay, so we're getting kind of weak in this plank position, right? So now it's really time to fortify the foundation. As we move through this other side of the hands, the focus is going to be on stabilizing this. You feel that sensation going through the feet, rooting through the feet? Keep that sensation. Don't lose that. Kidneys kick back. Shoulders come away from, really nice. So now we're going to press through the opposing arm. Right arm and then left leg. We're really going to push all of our weight through that. Really keep the weight here on this foot. Twist this leg. Yeah. I'm not helping him. I'm pulling this foundation out from underneath him. Literally pull this up. Press all your weight through this foot. Feel that. Belly button to your spine. Sit bones back. Kidneys back. And then just slowly, all your weight on the left side without shifting the body. Go up to the fingertips on the left hand.
It's not going to happen.
Okay. That's good. That's because I'm kicking his ass. So. Get here. You still have such a hard time finding. You want to fight to stay in the position. Come to your knees.
Give me a second.
Okay. Gentle push through the hand. Press it.
Okay. Hands and knees.
Yep. His hands and knees now. Shins are going to press into the floor. Belly button and thoracic. Kidneys go back. Find that ease in your hand. When you're in that fight and you start to shake, press to those hands and let your body rise up away. And then slowly put all your weight. Think of the shins and the knees pressing. And then that hand is pressing and opening up there. slowly bring that hand back and re-engage it into the foundation. Yeah. Belly button to your spine. We're still going to practice all of the safe foundation lengthening practices too. So you can take your knees back a little bit further, press through the knees and the shins, that hand. You can even reach forward to lengthen your spine. Head goes forward with your hand. And look and see where the balance is on your knees. Bring equal weight to both of your knees in this. Really nice, really nice. Yeah, that's good. Now walk your hands forward just a little bit. Get a little bit more away from the knees, and the hips come away from being over the knees. Same thing, re-engage in that foundation. Here, we're down here, we want to fight, right? So just press up through those hands and see if you can lift your body weight off of your hands by pushing through your hands. Oh yeah, that's a little different, huh? So while you're here, re-engage that left hand. Both knees, find that balance, belly button to your spine, don't let those things shift. And as that body weight shifts to that opposing knee, bring it back onto that left side and let both legs have some of that weight. Belly button to your spine, really nice. Try the other hand. So again, we're getting a little more body weight out over those arms, and we're going to try to rise up through those hands. It's like lifting your weight off of your arms, yeah. Belly button to your spine. Press through these knees and these shins. Press hard, root up from them. Root up enough from them that your body comes up and you feel a little lift and a lightness in the bottom of that. Really nice. Excellent. You want to take child's pose one more time? Go ahead and do that because we're going to move back out into plank and try this again. Let your body sink and fall and find whatever comfort it needs. Get all those little wiggles out. What does it feel like to surrender to this pose? To let your heart sink and still be.
And what does it feel like to surrender to ourselves? Knowing that through understanding and acceptance we can root and then rise from the darkness with better understanding of the things that we need to overcome are always within ourselves.
Oh look, here comes somebody who wants to comfort you.
Today. It may have been easy, but be prepared that when you start to practice yoga, you will run into parts of your bodies that resist. You will also run into parts of your mind that resist. I'm asking you to trust the work, stick with the practice, and we will continually retouch on all of these things as we move along. Namaste.